In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Kraus. Cash, how you doing?
Pretty good. How was your Thanksgiving, right? That's relevant.
It was good.
That just happened.
Yes, it did.
Did you eat
It
turkey?
just happen. I did eat turkey.
Good.
Unfortunately for me, I had a family of 7, so SWAT came, knocked down our door,
Did they
shot
shoot
our
you?
turkey. Unfortunately.
Again?
They took out our turkey, man. I said, hey, look,
Well,
I don't
that's
get
just
turkey
that's
once
just
a
salt
year.
of the wound. The
It
turkey's
is.
already dead.
It
It did
is.
nothing wrong.
It didn't need a bullet.
It did nothing wrong.
bullet.
It did nothing wrong.
But no, I
that's
had
taxpayers' money as well.
It was taxpayers' money, unfortunately. And that turkey will never get feasted upon.
No, you can't. You can't eat around the lead.
Yeah, no,
you
you
can't.
can't.
But that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That
It was an eventful Thanksgiving.
I mean,
let's
that
put it
part.
that
The
way.
second half wasn't good. But
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's good. I did as well. We also ate turkey. It was pretty uneventful, I guess. No COVID so far.
So far, so good.
I hear you have like a 7-day window. So
Right, there's a 7-day
definitely,
window,
I could be
yeah.
spreading it to you and
You could
everyone.
be a super spreader. Yeah.
I don't want to be a super spreader.
No, never.
You do not. They're locking
Not
those
in
guys
any
up.
context.
No, it's never been a good thing to
never
be
a
a super
good thing,
spreader.
never,
I can't
no.
think of one thing, but yeah. So it's Christmas season. It's
is.
here, and we're doing. We're not really doing a Christmas movie.
Man, yeah. And some people get into the Christmas spirit way too early.
Well, this year I usually agree, but this year everything's just fucking out the window. It's 2020. I say
need something
celebrate
cheery.
because
Yeah.
nothing's guaranteed. It's not for
Nothing.
sure that you're gonna make it to Christmas. So let's get it going. Grandma wants to unwrap presents early. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Because odds are she's not gonna make it. Yeah, she's gonna be the one to go.
She's not making it to 2021.
Oh hell no.
No.
Hell, they're dropping like flies.
Yes, they are.
Just the fear of COVID is killing those
It's
old
killing
people.
a lot of
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
But
alone.
yeah, but yeah, again, we're not really doing a Christmas movie.
No, we're not.
We are jumping into a thriller, I guess. This is our new movie Monday, correct?
It is new movie Monday.
This movie's relatively new.
Yeah, it is. It dropped on Hulu, I think, just about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice. So we're right on it.
Oh, we're right on the
The
cusp.
movie is Run, a horror thriller. I don't know if I would call it a horror. Much more of a thriller in my mind.
You know, there were horror elements in the way that they
Shot
showed
it.
Sarah Paulson.
Yeah, that's why I know what you're
shot
saying.
her
There's
sometimes,
two
but-
scenes in particular where it's like, oh, that's kind of fucking
That's
freaky.
creepy. Yeah.
Nothing like horror where it's like, I don't know, overly scary or something like that. But
But the computer scene was one of them.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
You're like, you just a
Just
shadow,
sitting
a
there in the background.
silhouette.
Yeah. So we're doing Run, starring Sarah Paulson, who is, I gotta say, kind of being typecasted
Typecast as an evil person.
as just a crazy person.
Yeah.
Not as much as evil, but she's always, ever since American Horror Story.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she loves it. I don't know if she's getting typecasted. I think she
does
is
enjoy
searching
it.
for these
Yes,
roles.
She is.
But she's
I
in a
mean,
lot of them.
Do what you're good at. And if
Yeah.
anyone can do agony, pain, and misery,
She does a very good
it's
job.
Paulson. Yeah.
Which is crazy because I've seen interviews with her and she's like, I don't know, like the nicest, most laid back
yeah.
person. She's
Yep.
nothing, but she always plays these insane characters. Always.
Literally, yeah.
She's in, did you ever watch, have you seen Nurse Ratched at all?
No.
It's not that
No, I
good.
haven't.
But she's in that. And again, she's playing one of these fucking,
Terrible
these
human
characters
beings.
where they always have this crazy backstory.
Yeah.
You know, they always come from a ton of abuse or something like that. She plays that
And that is the
very
prequel
well.
to 11 Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
11 Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Oh, did they change the title? Oh, no, maybe it's one.
One flew. There you go. Very funny.
Add that extra one.
But yeah, so she's good though. She's very good at playing crazy.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the Ratchet show?
I saw like the first few episodes. I mean, yeah, she's good in that. She's good in everything that she does.
She is.
It's just the story of that. It's from the guy that did American Horror Story, and I don't know if that's really his kind of thing, you know, because One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, you know, it was drama for sure, but I don't know if it was horror. But yeah, so Run though is directed by Anish Chaganati. Mm-hmm. He's an Indian film director, but he directed the film Searching. That came out in 2019. I've told you to watch
You've told me to watch that a million times. You said it is a great film.
It's so good. It's got, I think it's got John Cho in it, but yeah, it's really good. I liked that more than I liked Run. Mm-hmm. Searching was, but Searching was really, really good.
Yeah, but we'll jump into Run. I haven't seen Searching, so I can't compare the two. Absolutely not. But I will say, for what Run is and the genre that it's in, I enjoyed this film quite a bit.
It was
From
good.
start
It was
to finish.
very short.
Right. And it was short.
It
And that's why I
it
liked
almost
it.
felt like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah. You know, I thought obviously there were some things in this movie where I was like, okay, come on. But
Yeah,
you have to disassociate yourself or just bring yourself back and realize like you have to have those elements to move the story along. And if you can kind of just forget about that, you know, it's called what's the term for that? It's called movie logic, basically, right?
Yeah.
So it's like anyway.
But sometimes it wasn't like that to me where it was like the story was kind of why. It was some of the characters I thought were written kind of dumb. The writing itself with like, you know, how smart she was and the shit she did, especially when she was going out of the window and she kept the water in her mouth. Right. At first I was like,
what is that
what
about?
is she doing? Yeah, I had no idea. But then I don't know if that's a real thing. I have zero idea if that's a real science that you can crack your window and then spray water and it just shatters. No idea. But I thought, you know, it was clever for her to think about, you know, and how smart she was. I thought that was all. But some of the characters, like the guy she calls on the phone to do the search in the internet.
Yeah.
He was like such a stereotypical, like, I don't know, like maybe Italian. He was yelling, "Baby, I didn't mean it." He was he was having a fight. Of course, he was having a fight
as he's on the phone.
Of course, yeah. So I thought that was kind of stupid. And some of the pharmacy scenes too, but like the overall story, I thought was really well written.
Yes.
But so some of those characters I thought were kind of silly.
I thought the direction of this film was pretty on point too.
Yeah.
Like you knew exactly what you were going to get. And there were a lot of, I really like the way that this film was shot. I really do. Like the
There's some great
storytelling
scenes,
of it. And even like those, some of the scenes that we had brought up earlier with Sarah Paulson, you know, sitting at the dining table.
Yeah, that was
She
scary.
came in. Like that was unexpected and kind of gave you a creepy element to it too at times.
Yeah. Something weird about this film is, again, it's an hour and 29 minutes. So a really short runtime, you know, an hour 29. That's pretty fucking short.
Especially for now.
I mean, an hour and 30 is pretty short, but yeah, it feels like they might have like cut out the first 20 minutes of this film. Like maybe it was like an hour 50. Because usually in these films, you know, you'd get the first 20 minutes of like showing kind of the mom and daughter relationship and building that up. They don't do that at all.
Not much of it.
Like the first, I mean, they hint at, they kind of sprinkle in throughout, which I kind of enjoyed. I don't think I need that kind of, but normally they would show how great their relationship is, and then the daughter would slowly. In this one, it starts out fucking like the first 2 minutes, she's fucking suspect.
Even with the grocery bags and stuff, and then the pill bottle, and you're like, oh, okay.
It starts really almost to me filming. I'm like, man, it feels like they really did like cut out the first 20 minutes of all that like exposition of like. Because it shows like her in the fucking in the hospital, you know, giving birth to the vastly underweight baby. The baby's like a pound
maybe.
And I love that story too, and that kind of twist at the end. I really thought that was kind of smart.
That's what I enjoyed about it.
Yeah,
I thought it was smart writing. I thought it was good storytelling, and it made sense for the characters' motives too, for what they were doing.
Yeah,
especially for Sarah Paulson's.
And that's one thing about even in like Searching. Anish, he wrote that too, and he wrote this. He's a smart writer for sure. You can tell that. But I don't know how great he is at writing characters though. I mean, side characters at least. The main characters were good.
Yeah.
There's pretty much only 2 people in this film.
There are, and we have to talk about Keira Allen.
She was great.
Which is her debut film.
Crazy. Man, she looked familiar to me for some reason.
Yeah, I know, same. That's what I was thinking too. But no, this is her debut. And she is actually, she has been using a wheelchair since 2014. So, like, she's actually a
that was one thing, and I was going to bring it up too. I'm like, man, I appreciate how good she is with the wheelchair. You know, sometimes, especially in like shitty TV shows, when someone like soap operas, when someone's in a wheelchair and the actor's like banging into shit, like he's
has never been in a wheelchair in his life.
Yeah, or Drake in the fucking when Degrassi, Drake was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And they're like hitting shit. Like it's never believable that they've been. But she was very fucking good and quick too. There's some scenes when she has to run back and forth between rooms, and she's fucking wheeling in there quick. And I appreciate that because you could tell it was really her too.
Exactly, it brings more authenticity to the film too.
Yeah, and I was wondering I had no idea that she was actually in a wheelchair. I just thought maybe she went fucking method, and like 6 months prior, she just went around in a wheelchair. But you could tell she's great, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, so do I. And I think for a film like this, too, where there's a lot of, like, trying to hide from the mom, you know, who's out gardening or doing whatever while you're trying to do these things, if you would have had an actor who had never been in a wheelchair, you would have had to train them to do that, to be able to be that fast.
Yeah.
Or do some heavy camera tricks. It wouldn't have worked out the same way that it does here because, you know.
Or use a stand-in.
Right. But she's in a pharmacist. Or in a pharmacy, rather.
Yeah.
And she's wheeling and turning down the lanes, and it just looks you're able to do a lot more with the shots and be able to actually show the character instead of having a stand-in.
Well, like that in the house, it's very tight. You know, there's a lot of stuff to bump into and stuff. Yeah. So she gets in and out like it looks very good, and that's awesome that they actually hired someone that's been in a wheelchair because it brings you into that much. It's just another level of realism for the film, but. Yeah, she was great, and she's a great actress too.
She is a great actress.
She's very good at showing fear
and emotion, in crying
throughout the entire
and stuff
thing.
Too. Yeah,
yeah. Because even though this film kind of feels like it cuts out the first 20 minutes, is once it gets going, it really starts, fucking going. It starts popping off. Sarah Paulson's character just slowly. Well, it's not even slowly, quickly fucking unravels. I mean, once there's any threat that she might lose her daughter, she goes in full fucking animal mode.
Oh yeah, like full lockdown mode. Yeah, it's very creepy, and I'm trying not to spoil too much until we get about 15, 20 minutes in. Yeah. But, one scene in particular where you really start to see that turn. I mean, there are a few before that, but this, for whatever reason, really creeped me out. Yeah. When she escapes, I won't say how or in what, but then she goes back and looks at the door, and the door's like bolted in with a shovel and with a chain, and you're like, oh my God. Well, this woman has completely lost her fucking mind.
She fucking tore the wires out of but it also gives you like that fucking level of fear of, holy shit, if you were in a wheelchair, that's all someone has to do to trap you upstairs
forever.
Is fucking...
Yeah. Well,
it's horrifying. And they did that very well of showing you that fear and just how it just makes the most simple task of walking down the stairs or doing anything that much harder when you can't walk around it. So they did that really well.
And I thought, and that was some of my favorite things about the movie is like it puts you in the I mean, obviously you and I will never know what it's like to be in a hopefully, but
don't say that, you'll fucking jinx us.
But we don't know what it's like to be in a wheelchair, but then to see the perspective and to go, oh my gosh, like me or you, if we're in that house, we're running down the stairs, as you had just brought up. Yeah. But the element of her having to push her chair down and then, it's just like painstaking to watch. It's just like, oh my God, you fear for this character in a whole different way than you normally would in thrillers. So I thought they executed that very well.
It was kind of like remember when we reviewed Hush, the story about the deaf girl being terrorized.
That guy was trying to kill her.
And there was that level of fear too. And I kind of like that when you take a sense or ability away. It just, again, it makes it that much, because this is a story that has been done, especially recently. It's been done a lot. You know, the Munchausen by proxy, the crazy mom drugging her kid.
I think there's actually a Hulu show about a real life series.
The real girl that ended up murdering her
Yes.
mom. Now she's in jail, which I don't think she should be.
She should not be in jail.
Yeah.
If her mom's...
But now she's fucking walking around. She's not in a wheelchair anymore. She's good for sure.
I mean, not good because you're still in prison. But
Yeah, unfortunately. But she should be, yeah. But there's been a ton like since then of that kind of thing. Yeah. Even in It, they kind of do it with, you know, one of the kids. Remember the mom that keeps giving him the inhaler
when he doesn't need it.
Yeah, it's been done quite a bit, so it's not really that, you know, new of an idea, especially recently. Right. But I don't know, they do it very well with the wheelchair and everything.
And I don't mind if an idea doesn't have to be brand new, as long as you execute the story well. As long as you show, you know, the obstacles in front of the character, and they're able to overcome it in whatever way. Like I didn't mind this film at all. I actually walked away really enjoying this.
Yeah, I liked it too. I did not like it as much as what it currently stands on Rotten Tomatoes.
What is it at on?
It's at a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is that's a really good score.
That is a great.
I think it's kind of a thing that there's nothing coming out, so they give anything that's even halfway decent a really fucking good score these days, just because we're desperate for film.
Yeah, which we have a movie coming out later this week that on Rotten Tomato was complete opposite score. I'm very curious to see your opinion on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll be doing that hillbilly film.
That hillbilly. There's so many people aren't going to know.
Yeah, Hillbilly Elegy, whatever it is.
Not Beverly Hillbillies.
No, Beverly Hillbillies.
No, classic.
That TV show. It is a classic TV show and a movie, I guess.
Yeah, it did get turned into a movie, but yeah. Another thing about this film, very fucking generic title. Run. I mean, there couldn't be anything better than that. That's just the most generic. I haven't looked it up, but I imagine there's many movies titled Run.
Oh yeah, you would assume there's probably 50.
So for how smart this script is, I can't believe they didn't hire some kind of fucking outside business to make a title like they always do, you know. But I have a feeling, I don't know the budget on this. Oh, and I don't know the budget, but I have a feeling it was very fucking small. Oh yeah, very. It's in 2 locations pretty much. Well, maybe 3 if you count the hospital. Yeah. But it's either the pharmacy or the house. It's a perfect fucking COVID film.
Yeah, to make absolutely.
Because it's only 2 people, except for the mailman. Can we talk about him?
Sure.
The mailman was written very smart. It was almost a breath of fresh air. You really thought that you know, we'll kind of get into spoilers right now. The girl kind of escapes at some point, and the mailman that comes every day, you know, heroes of the fucking workforce. Just goddamn don't get enough praise. But this guy, you know, you're really thinking he's going to hand her over to the mom.
Right.
That is the most, I mean,
cliche, easily like, yep, going to turn her in.
So I thought
that's what I thought too.
I thought it was so fucking nice that this guy was like, no. Fuck that.
Hey,
like,
look,
this lady looks
involved.
Yeah, and you could tell the mom's, I mean, Sarah Paulson, man, she's unraveled.
Yeah.
She's like, let me see my daughter. And she's like, no. And so the mailman, thank God, dude. They always are writing these characters, you know, the neighbor or like anyone, the dog walker. They're always writing these characters like morons. Cops, even so most of the time, you know, they're writing these characters like, all right, we'll send them back in and let them go or whatever. Yeah. But the mailman, it was so nice that this guy he was the one side character that was really well written and probably the hardest to see go.
Yeah. He was just doing his job.
Absolutely. His last words were something about packages, which is such a horrible thing for me.
Terrible. And you saw it coming, though. You knew she was going to get hurt.
Oh, absolutely.
Walking up back on that car. I'm like, God dang it.
Yeah, he was taking, The one thing about the mailman, a little urgency. Okay,
a little bit.
I get that it takes 8 months for my package to get here. But my God, this girl just told you something horrible, that the mom has been beating you. And she's in a wheelchair, too, so the mom's beating.
And again, you're not looking back to peek at this woman to see, hey, what the hell is she doing? Yeah. Like, she's already on the fringes. She's already got a psychotic break.
Yeah.
You know.
But I like the mailman a lot. R.I.P.
I have a interesting fact here. Kira Allen was was the second female wheelchair actress in a suspense film, like to star in a film, since 1948, was Susan Peters.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me, do you know the other one? But no, I would not.
No, that's why I wasn't going to waste your time with that question.
I thought maybe there was like someone, but that's crazy.
Since 1948, someone
Pretty progressive for 1948.
Yeah, I would say
They
so.
usually just lock people up that any kind of ailment, so that's pretty impressive.
Well, I think the Nazis were doing that earlier in the 40s, but...
Well, fucking Roosevelt couldn't go out in public in a wheelchair.
That's true, yeah.
So that was early because the people didn't want a president.
Yeah.
That was shown weakness
In a
by having
wheelchair.
polio, which is what a pansy ass.
I know.
Roosevelt
seriously,
got
couldn't
polio.
fight that off. Are you kidding me?
Most deadly
What a
disease.
bitch.
That just ravaged.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty progressive. For
It is funny to
1940.
look back at time periods and be like,
It is
what
funny.
a
Well,
weird
funny
way
is
to
one
look at
word.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, he could. It would have ruined his. He would never got elected for a fifth term.
Fifth.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's pretty impressive. Crazy that there hasn't been one since.
I know, since.
There's a
And to
lot of
star.
people in wheelchairs.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people in film in wheelchairs, but the specific category
To star in,
of
yeah.
starring in a suspense film has not been since 48.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty impressive.
It is.
What was her name again?
Kira Allen. Or Susan Peters was the 1948.
Yeah, Susan Peters. She's got to be long gone. She's got to be
she's
long gone.
She's no longer with us.
And if she's not, she died this year because it's
Probably
2020.
2020.
You're not making it out, but yeah. Is there anything else on Run that you enjoy? Oh, let's talk about the end. We can talk about the end now.
Okay, so let's talk about the end.
Was not my favorite ending.
No, I thought, and this is what I was talking about, where it was like they use these things to move the story along so we understand the context of
Yeah.
what happened. But that was one thing where I wasn't a big fan of. I know that they had to do that in order to show the audience, okay, this is what happened. But it was like, for Sarah Paulson's character to keep all these news clippings
And that- a
to
news
like
clipping
go
of-
through it.
I get the news clipping of like what was one about like the baby, her baby or something, but don't keep the news clipping about you stealing
A
the
baby,
baby.
and then having two parents on the front page that are like, our
Yeah.
child was stolen. And then all you literally have to do is like 1, 2, baby, and baby stolen 3 days
It's
later. It's like,
that's another thing where it was stacked perfectly to unfold a story.
yeah, like as if it was a story.
Like almost like a really fucked up flip book.
To remember your memories from.
It
You're
was
like,
so
I
bizarre.
remember that time.
Yeah, I remember this horrible time in my
Yeah.
life where my baby died. Then I had to steal a baby, and they were looking for the baby. She kept all that.
And I figured I'd just scrapbook the whole thing.
Yeah, let's scrapbook it.
know,
It
it's
might
a
come
part
in
of
handy.
life.
Yeah, I might be honest someday and just let her know. But yeah, again, I guess they kind of. But I was thinking maybe they could have worked it out in the hospital or something to where she found out that way. But
Yeah.
but it was hard to figure out a way to where she could have figured it out, and especially when you're trying to, I guess, keep it under an hour and 30. Like that,
tough to do.
Yeah, it's really tough.
Well, and
to
that was
do.
the thing too, is she got thrown in the basement as well. It's like the mom knows all that stuff is down there. It's not very well organized. That was one.
No,
part
that
I
wasn't. It was she was locked her in her room, and she locked her up in the mom's room at first, I think, because she was going through her stuff. But then, like you said, Sarah Paulson came in and she's like, "Oh my God, what is how'd you get through all this stuff?" It was so weird that
Her room was the room with the phone. Remember?
the mom's room.
Yeah, the mom's room was the one with the phone. I'm pretty sure she was in the basement during all that. Because remember, she couldn't come up the stairs. That's why she put her in the basement.
Either way, like you said, it's fucking wild that she was surprised.
That she had found all the stuff that in the room that you kept all that
Not
stuff.
only that, it was like she woke up and she was like facing the box. Yeah. She just like climbed over and was like,
she's like, "Oh, what is this?"
it almost seemed like it was on purpose.
It was,
but
yeah.
it might have been because the scene that follows is like a murder-suicide. You know, they're gonna be together. That was a crazy scene. I thought it was really well done.
Very well acted
Yeah.
by Kira Allen, her debut, because you could see the fear in her eyes
Yeah.
when she's like, "Mom, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me." As she's like
Very
backing away
scary,
in that
yeah.
closet. That was where I was panic stricken too. Like it did a good job of that where it's like, put yourself in her scenario. She can't move her legs.
Yeah.
You know, and then to have a crazy person who's like going to kill you with a needle, put you to sleep.
I know.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, and not even that. You just found out she's not your mom. No relation.
Right? No relation.
And also, she's been feeding you fucking dog medicine for the last 18 years.
To make your legs go
Dog medicine. And
completely
how
limp.
easy is it just to get fucking prescriptions? She's in the hospital. They say she switched doctors 6 times in the last year.
Yeah.
Is there no red flags going on in this hospital?
I guess not. They have no protocol here.
No fucking protocol,
None.
yeah, at all. But yeah, feeding her dog medicine makes your legs go numb. That's kind of fucked.
It's real fucked.
It's not
someone
fun.
needs to look into.
But I liked the basement scene, especially when she grabs the fucking jar of poison. She goes, "You need me." And she fucking guzzles it down, which I thought she was gonna kill you anyways.
Right.
So I thought maybe she would just fucking inject herself, and they just.
She said, "You need me," in the fact that she knew. I think there was a turning in the character where she knew that she actually did need her, and she wasn't trying to kill her. She was trying to sedate her for whatever purpose or reason to lock her up. But she said, "You need me." So in doing that, she was able to go to the hospital.
I don't know.
I got that.
I think when she added the black tar shit, she was gonna kill her.
You think so?
Yeah.
So then why?
Because she was panicking. She was saying, "Don't kill me! Don't kill me!"
Yeah, at first, and then she gets locked up, and then she kind of has an epiphany, meaning that like she was like, "Oh, my mom needs me more than I need her. She's not going to kill me because she would have no purpose."
Oh, you think I was thinking that it was just like if she can't kill her herself and then she doesn't want it happening. She doesn't want the daughter killing herself, because that's fucking fucked up in her head, I guess.
Yeah.
But in her logic, it's okay if she does it and then kills herself. Because I really do think, maybe she would thought that, but it really looked like Sarah Paulson was pretty convinced that she was going to kill her when she was talking about, like, it'll be quick and then we'll wake up together.
Yeah.
That kind of makes me think that she's maybe thought about this before.
Right.
And, she was looking up days before how to make the poison or whatever out of household items.
Yeah.
So she was definitely, cooking this for
She
a while.
was.
But the very end, and the last part that I didn't like at the very, very end was how she ended up smuggling the drugs in.
Okay.
So she was
it was
coming.
kind of fun.
Think about it. She was coming every single day to the hospital,
give her drugs.
not
That's
taking
true.
a single day off
Yeah.
to give her, and no one is noticing one fucking time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It kind of. And Sarah Paulson looked. You
She
can tell
didn't look
something.
good.
Is,
Yeah. It's like, is this woman
and again,
getting
in a
poisoned?
hospital, they're taking blood tests every day. When you're actually. It's not like they're just like, whoop, we can't figure it out.
She doesn't look very good, but
Yeah,
not our problem.
She looks like shit, but we can't do anything about it.
Patience.
Yeah, so I get it was fun, obviously, but man, what a life that girl's got to live. Obviously, she's got to come in there every goddamn day, sneak these fucking.
Just to
she's not
get
living
back at her
any
mom.
symbol of real life. Yeah, just fucking the revenge. Better revenge, go in there one day and fucking put a pillow over her head. Then you can live your life ever you want.
can.
You're still not saddled by
Not
this
tied
woman.
down to this. Yeah.
In my mind, Sarah Paulson's still kind of winning. She gets to see her daughter every day.
She does. I mean, a little terrified of her now,
Yeah.
but still, you
She's
still
forcing
get that
and
relationship with your
she's-
daughter.
And the daughter's still getting the dog poison.
She is?
Which is, they give to anyone. They're just handing that shit out like candy. But, yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty fun film, especially for a streamer. It was,
Yes.
not, those films are usually not very good. No. But this was good.
Okay, so I watched this film with Bruce Willis on Netflix. It just dropped called Hard Kill.
Never heard of it.
It was the worst
Bruce.
fucking movie of all time. I'm thinking about doing a 5-minute movie review on our channel.
Yeah.
To just talk about how awful it was. He was hardly in it.
What?
He was like in it like he was in it for like 2 minutes every.
Was he the main
25,
character
30
though?
No.
Oh.
No. And it was god awful. The acting was
Bruce.
horrible. The dialogue was like, you know what's at stake.
Yeah.
Literally, we're an hour and 20 minutes in.
Like
no
soap
one
opera
knows what's at
dialogue.
stake. No one's. The end of the film, you're like, what the
And
fuck
not even
just
you.
happened?
You don't know
No,
what's-
I didn't know
yeah.
what it. It was the worst writing, the worst acting. It was just fucking
Hard
atrocious.
Kill?
Yeah,
Is what
Hard
it's called?
Kill. It's almost worth doing a review, like one of our hilarious, awful movie reviews.
Yeah.
Cash, if you watch this film, you would die laughing at how bad it is. When they send in the bad guys, they've got like hundreds of bad guys, right?
It doesn't even
they
have-
only send in 3 at a time the whole
Oh, it has
film.
a 0% Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, this film
And a
is
57% audience.
fucking garbage.
Has a 0. Oh,
It just dropped a couple weeks ago. It is just the most horrendous film I've ever seen in my life.
why'd you watch it?
Curiosity.
Yeah, you didn't know it was bad though before you
No,
watched
I didn't.
it.
I just saw Bruce Willis in an action film, and I go, oh, okay, I'll pay. And then
Should
me and
not
Ken,
be.
even my dad, who loves action films,
Yeah,
was
who
like,
loves anything.
He said, this film is awful. We were watching it together, and he was like, this film is terrible.
Yeah.
He goes, who greenlit this movie? He goes, that blows my mind. I go, I have no idea. I have no idea who would greenlight a movie this shitty.
I'm not...
Just because Bruce Willis is tied to it?
Yeah, I guess. Which
like
doesn't mean much anymore.
An extended cameo because he was in it like 3 scenes.
Which is crazy because he's first on the poster and he's first billed.
Yes. And he's hardly in this film.
Wow, we might have to watch it.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not...
I don't know if I can sit through it again.
I don't feel that bad because everything I've heard about Bruce Willis is that he's the biggest asshole to work with.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, go look up Kevin Smith, Bruce Willis. He's very vocal about how he's horrible to all the fucking directors and everything. Yeah, he's just a prick now. Yeah.
That's
unfortunate. Kevin Smith has been very vocal about it. It's pretty funny too how he talks about it.
When did he work with... Has he worked with them before on like movie sets, or is this just like he has heard like through the industry?
Kevin Smith directed Cop Out with Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay.
He said Tracy Morgan was wonderful to work with.
Yeah,
but not fucking Bruce Willis. It's really funny. If you haven't looked it up, watch it.
I will definitely.
It's fucking funny. All right, that is our review for Run. I would recommend it.
Yeah, so would I. I would highly recommend this based on a few things. One being it straight to streaming.
And what else do you have to watch?
Film. Yeah. And it's 90 minutes too. It's a film that you can watch with anyone at any time. It's not too scary. It's not too anything. I really like this film overall.
Yeah, and you're always guaranteed a great performance by Sarah Paulson.
Absolutely.
Always.
Alrighty, well, that is our review for Run. If you guys like what you've seen here and you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Check out our social media pages, Have You Seen It Podcast. And if you guys want some Have You Seen It merch, you can find that in the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause, and until next time.
Bye.